This video will do a spotlight on the ash tree. So this tree, of course, is most famous for its use in hurleys here in Ireland. So let's have a look at how to identify it before we learn a bit more. So it's very, very similar to the rowan, which is of course called the mountain ash. So the leaves are opposite each other, typically 5 to 7, and you have one single pointed leaf at the top. And the leaves have serrated edges. So that's pretty much the leaf identification. It's a very easy one to identify at a glance. And it will sometimes have red berries, but the mountain ash or the rowan we're more familiar with has much more red berries. So it has white blossoms as well. So here you see that bark that as it matures begins to fissure and gets these lovely deep ridges. So this one here is an American type of ash. So it's really, really beautiful deep fissures, but most of ours look something closer to this. So ash can have very interesting features to it for use in woodwork, but its main use of course is in the hurley due to that really reliable, consistent grain with good shock resistance as well. So more on that in a second. But isn't that beautiful, lovely wood? Look at that, I'd love to be using that right now. So the ash habitat and ecology, it prefers well-drained fertile soils and is commonly found in mixed woodlands, hedgerows and areas along streams and rivers in particular. So a little creek along the edge of a hedgerow or a little stream, you typically find them there. It's really, really beneficial for biodiversity, supporting loads of insects and providing a nesting site for loads of Irish birds. So this is a good one that we can't really eat or use as a food source, but our birds absolutely love it. So it has been highly regarded in Irish culture, of course, associated with many ancient mythologies and traditional crafts. It's one of the 3 sacred trees in Ireland alongside oak and hawthorn. So here you see the lovely gentlemen of De La Salle College in Waterford in 1910 with their lovely hurleys. So see the old classical shape there where they didn't have quite a long, like round tip to the head. It was a lot more like a hockey stick back in the day. Here you see some girlies having a go at the camogie. I don't envy them in those dresses, I'll tell you that. So here are some Argentinian Irish immigrants, which of course took this to all around the world. So the ash tree is so associated with Ireland and is one in several of the line of really important sticks here in Ireland, the others being blackthorn and in ancient times things like oaken staffs. So a little bit about the actual wood characteristics of the ash tree. It's highly, highly prized for its strength to weight ratio. So it can be highly lightweight and extremely durable. It's also very flexible to absorb shocks without breaking, and you'll see the young fellas whacking their hurleys on the ground to test them. So the grain and texture of ash as well is ideal for crafting hurleys because the straight grain ensures the hurley is less likely to splinter or break. It gives you a consistent playing experience, which is really important. So the ash again is very easy to work with as well because of that lovely grain. It's easier to turn and easier to carve. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction to the ash tree, and I hope you go to McCaffreycrafts.com to support Irish tree heritage.